What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys a Tuesday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have the NBA Cup tonight, as we've done all year. Tuesday and Friday nights we do the NBA Cup. Players, prone to play a little bit longer, which is always good. Blowouts, not as huge with players sitting out, but we have 11 games on this main slate, 3 games on the after hours slate starting at 10 o'clock Eastern. And I'm doing a free Guru credit code in this video as I tweeted earlier. Give this video a like, subscribe, put my alerts on, and I will give you guys that code after the first couple of my plays. We have a pretty, I don't want to jinx it, I'm going to knock on wood. We have a pretty stress-free slate right now. There's not a lot of injury guys. Nothing like last night. Last night, everything was changing. Every team had 1 or 2 questionable guys, and that slate ended up being god-awful last night. A few blowouts in the 4 games we had. We had to depend on G League Nets players who were 4K and end up doing nothing. Ugly slate all around last night. This slate looks a lot better. As I said, NBA Cup. A little bit better viewing for a regular season game. But like I said, there's not a lot of injury guys tonight. There's not much. As I look at this slate, we have Nembhard, who was questionable, but I think he's expected to play now. Grady Dick is questionable for the Raptors. For the Mavs, Klay Thompson and Derek Lively are both questionable. Probably the 2 biggest pieces on this slate, but we do have Luka back, so I guess Daniel Gafford could be in play with if Lively were to miss. And then that's really about it. Scoot Henderson for the Blazers is questionable. This looks like a great slate, as long as we don't get any crazy things leading up to lock. Let's get into my value plays, though. Make this video as short and sweet as possible. Gonna have a lot of cheap guys in this video. Allow you guys to pick who you want to spend up on. We do have some decent value here tonight, and we're gonna start off cheap right away at point guard. Cason Wallace for the Thunder, $4,600. He's been starting the past few games. Alex Caruso still out for this Thunder team. Chet Holmgren, I know different positions, has been out, but it just opens up usage and extra minutes for these usual bench players for the Thunder. Cason Wallace has looked great over the last 3 games. 30-plus minutes, 20-plus fantasy points with a 38 in there. At 4,600, he needs, low 20s, and we're going to feel really good. 22 fantasy points will feel pretty good with Cason Wallace, and he's shown when he plays the minutes, he can get there. It's an awesome matchup against the Jazz. His minutes seem pretty solidified for him to at least get 25 in this game. So I feel pretty good about Cason Wallace as a cheap play. I don't love a lot of sub 5K guys tonight. I wouldn't even say I love Cason Wallace because it is Cason Wallace. But I do like him at this price in this spot, expected to start once again here for the Thunder. He's been playing well. I like him as a, 2 guard next to SGA. Really takes the pressure off of him in that starting lineup. Shooting guard, the Pacers and Raptors, great looking game. We've already had this matchup this year, and we saw fireworks. I expect more fireworks here tonight. 3-point spread for the Pacers on the road. 238 over-under. I would say this is the highest over-under, but it's not. There's one that is higher, and that's the Grizzlies and Mavericks at 244. But nonetheless, 238 looks really good. We have a handful of really high over-unders tonight. Like I said, this slate looks pretty exciting. I like Benedict Mathurin here. 6,500, he's going to be starting. This might be my favorite game of the slate. Tight spread, bad defenses, fast pace. Mathurin looks great at 6,500. He needs 32 fantasy points to hit value. He's projected for 33 tonight. Had a bit of a hiccup against the Pistons, getting only 13. But, generally speaking, he's been very, very consistent all year long, averaging just over 30 fantasy points. It was nice to see him bounce back against the Grizzlies and get 32. When did they play the Raptors last? November 18th. Played 32 minutes and got 39 fantasy points. Like I said, just a great matchup. Raptors defense, one of the worst in the league. Even the Pacers defense is one of the worst in the league. Really like Benedict Mathurin, sub 7K in this spot, who's honestly been a better offensive player than Tyrese Halliburton so far this season. Small forward, maybe more of a GPP play. I know I said I'll give you the code, but I'll give it to you after this play. Andrew Wiggins, 6,200. The price is, a little bit up on him, but he's been playing really well. The minutes have been stapled in for over 30 over the last 4 games. Earlier in the season, he was getting a short leash, 23, 29 minutes, 17, 20. And it made it really tough to roster Wiggins when he was over 6K. But really nice to see, 30, 28, and then the last 4 games well over 30 minutes. Steve Kerr is letting this guy go now. And he can be a fantasy point per minute easily. Maybe more of a GPP guy because he does have a pretty low floor. He can get low 20s, which at 6,200, that would definitely hurt you on this slate. But the ceiling is there. He's shown he can get low to mid 40s on any given night. He has a 47 in here, another 47, 43. The price isn't like, a smash salary, but the upside is there. And for right now, I'm going to put Wiggins in this video. He can play small forward and power forward. This game is pretty good tonight too. Warriors at Denver, 5-point spread, 237 over under. Should stay close, high scoring. Wiggins could certainly come into play. And I'm somehow just noticing this right now. Apologies for me, but I didn't even realize Draymond Green was doubtful tonight. Oh, he's out. I didn't even know that. Okay, I like Andrew Wiggins a little bit more than I did a second ago. Did not know Green was going to be out tonight. I completely missed that this morning, but glad I caught it here in this video. So Wiggins looks that much better. He could certainly be a cash game play. We might want to look at Jonathan Kuminga. He's probably going to play at least 25 minutes tonight. When he gets the run, he can smash. He's only 5,500, needs 27 fantasy points to hit value, and he can be a fantasy point per minute with a guy like Draymond Green out of this game. Right now, RotoWire is projected the Warriors to start Kuminga, but Steve Kerr has been impossible to predict this year. I still like Kuminga if he comes off the bench. It's a 10 o'clock Eastern game. We're not going to know that starting lineup before lock. If Kuminga were to start, great, but I don't think it makes a huge difference. If he comes off the bench, he could easily play up towards 30 minutes with Draymond Green out. Wow, I completely missed that. I do like the Warriors a little bit more tonight. Andrew Wiggins looks just a bit better with Draymond Green out. For my Guru credit code, go to my website, fd-guru.com. You can make an account if you don't have one. No credit card required. You get $50 in credit. Excuse me. For signing up. And you just have to, validate an email address. Go to the shop page. It's where you buy all your usual credits. These credits are the currency on my website. You can buy, for example, NBA main slate lineups, cash, and GPP for FanDuel and DraftKings tonight, usually around 30 minutes before lock, because I try to give myself as much time as possible to look at injuries and that jazz. We have a little coupon bar here. Again, you got to be signed in for the credits to go into your account. The date, DEC3 NBA 24 for the year. DEC all caps 3 NBA 24, and you'll get 10 free credits into your account. Just give this video a like, subscribe. I do appreciate you guys for stopping by. For the last 2 plays, power forward, this is an interesting spot tonight. We have Jeremy Sohan coming back from his thumb injury. He's probable tonight. $4,700. There's a couple things. Usually when a guy comes back from injury after missing, a full month, you're going to be expecting a minutes limit. But it was a thumb injury. It was thumb surgery. He has been practicing in 5-on-5 work, so his cardio is going to be there. Do I think he gets limited? I don't think he's going to come out and play 33, 36 minutes. But I don't think he's going to have a tight minutes restriction tonight. A thumb doesn't really affect staying in shape for that whole month he was out. Anything below the waist, guys come back very gradually. But I don't think so for Sohan tonight. And at $4,700, even if he does have a minutes limit, all he needs is 23 fantasy points to hit value. If he plays anywhere over 20 minutes tonight, I'm going to feel pretty good about him hitting value. I expect, not that I'm a coach for the Spurs, but I would expect him to play somewhere in the 25 to 27 minute range tonight. And I think it's possible he could play 30 minutes tonight. Again, with a thumb injury, he's been doing 5-on-5 work. His cardio is going to be there. The guy's 21, can barely drink a beer. He can run on the court for 30 minutes, but they might keep it a little bit cautious tonight. We'll keep an eye out on any report leading up to lock to see if we get some crazy minutes restriction report. But as of right now, Sochan looks like an awesome value play at sub 5K in this starting lineup. And then for center, going back to the Pacers and Raptors game, I love this game. Miles Turner, too cheap. He should not be sub 7K in this spot. 6,600. He needs 32 fantasy points to hit value. He's projected for 36 tonight. I like him to play over 30 minutes and be over a fantasy point per minute kind of guy. Unfortunately, he was out the first time they played Toronto, so we don't really have a sample size. I don't really care. Turner's looked great this year. He's been averaging 32.5 fantasy points on the year. That's about what we need tonight. Matchup couldn't be any better against the Raptors. Give me Miles Turner, although there's a handful of good centers tonight. You could look at both centers in the Blazers and Clippers game. DeAndre Ayton looks good. On the other side, Zubats at 7K looks good. Walker Kessler has a huge ceiling tonight, although it is a blowout risk against the Thunder. He's been cooking. But for this video, I like Miles Turner the most for the Pacers. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy those credits. Like the video. Let's have a huge night tonight. I'm excited for this slate. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.